was an interesting ride home. Winter has finally made it to Saskatchewan. And the Alberta Clipper is passing on through. And the better part of Saskatchewan right now is experiencing a winter storm and or blizzard-like conditions. And the temperature is going to drop drastically tonight. It's going to be very chilly and very stormy. The end of February, and we finally have winter here in Saskatchewan. Well, I still have to fill the stove yet, the wood stove, so I better get moving here. What the heck? You scared me, buddy. Are you hiding from the storm? Good Lord, he scared me. Oh, man. Okay. All right, good morning. It is storming out. Winter has finally come to Saskatchewan in a big way, a really big way. It is Monday, February 26th, 2024, and we're here on the edge of the Boreal Forest in Saskatchewan. And we are having our very first winter storm and blizzard. Much of the province is covered in this winter storm and are experiencing blizzard-like conditions. I spoke to family in Saskatoon and just out of Saskatoon, and they said it's pretty bad there. It's blowing really, really bad there. They aren't going to work today. They aren't going to travel, which is probably a wise choice. But yeah, it's an Alberta Clipper that's traveling through Saskatchewan and wreaking havoc. So I have to fill the wood stove. I just got back from work. It was a crazy drive home, and I have been up all night and I'm tired, but I have to fill the wood stove before I head in and go to bed. And I can't think of a better way to pass the time during these cold winter conditions than just to sleep the day away. So we're gonna get to the stove and get in the house and get in bed. Okay. Oh, definitely cold. The temperature is supposed to drop tonight, I think almost to minus 30. Oh. Okay, I gotta get in and warm my fingers up. All right, so it's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon now, and it's settled down a little bit. Actually, it settled down quite a bit, but it's still snowing. And Papa's starting to move some snow. So we're just gonna check the stove here. Oh, we gotta get some wood in there. All right. Wish I brought my tripod out here, but I didn't, so. All right, we'll get some wood going here. Okay, so I got it pulled forward pretty good. The reason why we pull it forward is so that all these embers and coals of the fire can be closer to the furnace fan. And the the furnace fan blows air in and helps it to stay ignited. When the temperature of the stove goes down, it kicks in and then it ignites the wood or the embers that are still in there. So that's the purpose for pulling everything forward, is so it's closer to the fan. So now that we've got it pulled forward, I'm going to actually load it up here. So bring you back in a bit. So we didn't get this wood stacked before the snowstorm came. So now, because we didn't, I have to dig it out of the snow. If it were stacked, I wouldn't have that problem. Oh well. I just closed it just a little bit to get the wood that I put in so far going. You see how the fan kind of ignites the embers down there, and they're glowing and creating fire? That's what the fan does, and that's why we pull it forward like that. So I'm just going to close it up for a minute and let it get going a little bit more, and then I'm going to put a few more logs in there. Okay, so we got the fire going again. I'm just going to warm myself a little bit by the fire here, and then I'm going to go shovel some snow. So it's almost supper time, and it's minus 19 degrees Celsius out, and they say it's supposed to hit minus down as low as minus 30 degrees Celsius tonight. So I know that it's still snowing, but we are going to move a little bit of snow, so it's not so bad tomorrow when the snow stops. So okay, I'm just going to warm myself a little bit and go shovel some snow. The watering bowl for the dogs is frozen over a little bit here. It's plugged in, but sometimes it just gets way too cold. So I'll fill it with a little bit more hot water to help melt it. And I'm gonna feed them too here. They look like they're hungry. Are you hungry, puppies? I'm gonna make you a hot mash, okay? All right. Nugent, there you go, buddy. Go, Luna. There you go, honey. Go ahead. Is it good? Yeah, come and eat. There we go. All right, let's get you up here so I can see you a little bit better. There we go. So I give the puppies hot mash on cold days like this because it helps them to get warmed up. Basically, it's just dog food, and what I do is I have a beef soup base that I mix in with some water just to give it a little bit of flavor. And it's hot tap water because when I bring the bowls in, they're cold. And so when I mix up the soup base into the dog food, usually by the time I get it outside, then the temperature of the food is good enough for them to eat. I have a baby here who can only handle the cold so much. He's a dog that's made for this kind of weather, but he's a little bit of a wuss. So he'll come up and down a few times and eat, but for the most part. If he had his choice, he'd be taking that bowl down there, but he knows he can't because it's too heavy for him. So he'll be back up in a little bit. So she's good. Luna's good for eating her meals. So anyways, I'm gonna get started and get a little bit of snow moved off the deck, so it's not so bad tomorrow when we have to move snow. Okay. I also wanted to add too that our dogs, even though it is still really cold out, they have a heated dog house underneath the deck here. What we have done in the basement, the furnace sits against this wall here. We have put a duct out into a dog house that's built under the deck, and they're the first ones to get the warm heat from the furnace when it's running. So it is cold, but they have a nice big warm dog house that they can go into, and there's a few other outbuildings that they kind of slide into and warm themselves up when they're out and about. So they're perfectly fine. There may be some people that disagree with it, but they are farm animals, and this is their job, is to look after the farm and predator control. And they're good dogs. They do a really good job of keeping the predators away. So and we treat them well. Hey, Luna? She's busy eating.